So for the coaster part of this Escort card, I found a wood disc, but you can also use a lid to a jar, something like that, anything round really. What you're doing is using this as a template to cut all your circles out of industrial felt, which is a very thick, heavyweight felt. It's actually real wool. It comes in a really pretty gray, very industrial looking. So what I'm going to do here is hold this template down and with a craft knife, cut around the circle, and having this template makes it really easy to just get a good circle every time. And because the felt is thick, it's nice to have something as a bumper for your blade to cut through. So once you've cut out your circle, it's going to look like this. You can see it's just a disc of felt. And I've created a template that has guide marks on it for where we're going to drill. And I'm going to just put some double stick tape on the back. Doesn't matter how it looks because it's just there as a guide, and tape it right on top of my disc, centering it, making sure it's stuck down. I have a Dremel here with just a standard bit in it, and I'm going to turn it on with this button here. This is how I adjust the speed. So I'm going to put it to about an 8 while holding this firmly. I'm going to drill each hole. And you can hear when you're done because you're hitting this piece of wood. And this piece of wood is acting as a barrier between our table and our objects because we don't want to be drilling into the table. So you can just continue. So when you've completed all the holes, you can pull off your template and clean it off. And then I have a spool of wire here. I'm just going to take a little bit of length off. It's about 25 inches. Snip it with my wire cutters. We are going to sew a blanket stitch around the edge of this. So to do so, I'm going to feed the wire through one hole, take the other end of my wire, feed it through the next hole, pulling it till there's about a loop that's maybe 1.5 inches tall. And then I'm going to take that length that I'm still holding on to and bring it through that loop. And now pull it tight. What the blanket stitch does is puts an edging around the perimeter. So now you go into your next hole, starting from the front, feeding it through to the back, pull it down till you have about a 1.5 inch loop. Take the end of the wire that you were holding on to, stick it through the loop, pull it, and pull it tight. Then again, take your one end, put it in the next hole. And the reason we pre-drilled the holes, because it makes this part much easier and faster to do, instead of trying to get it through the industrial felt, which is pretty dense fabric. And you're going to continue to do this all the way around. So once you get into the groove of making this blanket stitch, you can whip these up pretty fast, as you can see. Just want to give it a good tug. The felt is really strong. It's not going to tear at the edge where the hole is. So when you go all the way around, you're going to wind up with two ends. The end that you started with and the end that you're ending with. And what you're going to do with those is just bring them together, give them a little twist, push that little twist in, and with your wire snippers, just snip those off. Snip. So industrial felt is a great material for a coaster because it absorbs all the condensation from your drink. And what you wind up with here is a really nice coaster with a nice wire edge all the way around.